And welcome to another Pokemon Go video. So today I'm going to jump into the Battle League and again go for the Great League. So I've I've swapped in Altaria into the team. I'm just trying to get a reasonable team to get in Great League. It is my weakest league, so if you've got any advice, or if you've got some trial teams that you think I should give a go, put them down in the comments and I'll give it a go for sure, because I need to work on that team. So I don't know whether to start with that and swap in. So I think I'm actually going to So I think I'm going to swap that out and go lead with Altaria, and we'll see how that goes. So we'll jump into the first one and see how we get on there. So wait for this first battle to load up, and then we can get into it. So the difficulty I have is, I don't know, I just seem to get absolutely smashed by this. So this is going to be a different sort of battle, I guess. So I'm just trying to remember what charge moves this has. So it's Thunder, which is going to actually do a little bit of damage to me, which is unfortunate. So I've got to use the Sky Attack. So Sky Attack will obviously be resisted by the Steel typing, but then it'll be super effective. So if I can get this off first, which I can, happy days. If I could manage to hit all of these bubbles, that would be really nice. So they've shielded that up. So I might do the same. Oh, and they've power whipped, so that's really good on their part. So they've really wasted one of my shields there. So I'm just going to farm that down, and we'll see how we go. So they've thrown in and so this is potentially not a good thing for me, because they're going to switch this out every day of the week. They will switch this. Interesting to see what they do here. They probably won't shield this, and what I should have done is thrown the Ice Punch here, because of the fact that they won't shield that. So now I'm just going to build up to another one, and I'll throw the Power Up Punch again. Hopefully they will shield this one up, and then the next one I'll throw my... Oh, so they're not shielding that either, so that's interesting. So I'm just going to throw another one. Let's hope they don't shield this either. Let's see what they do here. So if they don't shield this, it should be... Yep, so that's good game. So that's game done. So I will shield this up. Because obviously it's going to be doing a whole lot of damage, and I've quit the game, which is perfect for me. So that one worked out alright. So not shielding up the Ice Punch on the Medicham was really their mistake. So happy days. So let's jump into the next one. So I'll run the same team. So Altaria out the front. And we'll see how we go. So it really does depend on how we go in terms of getting the lead matchup reasonable. So the lead matchup last time was okay for me. I did waste one shield, but in the end it didn't cost me the game. So happy days. Let's see what we get to start with. So we've got a shiny Hypno. So that's potentially not ideal for me. It's not terrible for me. So I'm assuming this has got Ice Punch, because that got to that move very, very quickly. So it's Thunder Punch. Okay. I'm going to overcharge this one. So it did. My phone seems to be lagging a bit as it charges, so not ideal. So we'll jump straight in. So I think I'm going to shield this one up as well because I just don't trust that it's not going to be the ice type move. Oh, so it is the Shadow Ball. So Shadow Ball would have done a healthy amount of damage there. So I'll throw this Sky Attack. Hopefully I'll get these bubbles, which I have. And also it's shielded up the second time as well. So happy days. Let's see who gets there first. I'm really hoping it's me, but it's obviously not going to be, so that's unfortunate. So even if this is the Thunder, it will still take me out at this range, and I'll go for, let's just throw the Shiftry in and I can get the charge that up a little bit. Let's see what they throw in against me. So that's a interesting choice. So I'm just trying to think of what I should do here. So I will use the... Oh, so that's not good. So I should have switched that out. So Weather Ball. Oh, so it is still super effective, so that's not ideal. So what I will do is try and get to this Power Up Punch as quickly as possible. And we'll see how we go here. So it's not going to do enough to KO because Power Up Punches is the weakest thing going. So that's unfortunate because they're going to get another Weather Ball off, and that's probably going to do a lot of damage. I will be able to, let's see what it does. So it doesn't do too much damage, so it'll be interesting to see what their last Pokemon is. So that's a good game. So I should have really switched it out when I had the chance. And I was just too slow on the switch there, so I mean, it is what it is. Let's just power up. They're going to use ice, and that'll take me out at this range or get me within one bubble of, oh no, they're using Play Rough, so yeah, absolutely destroyed me there. So that's game number 2. Wasn't even close, let's be honest, so I'll jump into the next one. So I'll run this team again. So there, I probably should have switched up off the start. If I had have switched into Shiftry, they didn't have anything that was, well, the so Altaria versus Altaria. So this will be interesting to see who wins this matchup. So they've got a better CP than me, so I am going to shield this up because even though I know it's a Sky Attack, but I want to try and win this matchup if I can. So they'll probably do the same. It'll be interesting to see what happens here. So they did shield that up as well, so let's... Oh, and they're really farming me down quick. So they're doing a lot more damage than I am. So I'm going to shield this up, and I really hope I can get to my next charge move. And that was actually a complete waste of my time. Because I really should have just let it go there. But I didn't, so now they're up a shield. At least I've got switch advantage, so I'm obviously going to bring in the Azumarill. So 1, 2, 3. So I will switch this out. Oh, and I missed the thing there. So this is really disappointing for me because obviously they're going to get to the Icy Wind before I can get to another one of those, and oh, that did a lot of damage. So let's give this a go. And so having Medicham in the back means I'm going to lose this matchup as well. So I will throw the Power Up Punch. It's completely irrelevant at this point. It just does absolutely no damage whatsoever. They're probably going to Hydro Cannon or Play Rough here. Yeah, Hydro Pump, I should say. Yeah, and so just absolutely monstering me here. So let's just see, maybe I can at least get to their last Pokemon, would be good. And I really shouldn't have used the shield there for, let's see what they've got in the back. So, I mean, it is a reasonable one in the back for me, but I shouldn't have used that second shield on the, oh well, yeah, so I shouldn't have used that second shield in the lead match there. I should have just, if I can get to another one of these, which I can't, it'd make it very close, but yeah, using that second shield really cost me the match there. I should have just let mine go down. Thrown in Skarmory to take the last little bit of damage, and then it would have also charged up on energy. So that was a really bad move on my part, and that's what lost me the game. So I'll jump in and use the same team. Yeah, I just need to learn to use this team better and battle in the Great League a little bit better, and this is why I'm practicing now at the end of Season 1, because hopefully for Season 2 I can actually compete a little bit better. So what have they got here? So this is an interesting one to lead with, so not very effective on my part, and they're not doing huge amounts of damage either. So I don't know whether to switch this out, so I don't really have a very good matchup for this, so I think, oh wow, this is just awful. What even typing is this? So it's Fairy and Fairy and Ghost, I guess. So Power Up Punch is not very effective, so I really need to start doing some damage to this. Even though this isn't very effective, I cannot have it power up punching, and when it does get to its charge move, be super bulky. So I think this next one I will shield, because I think this next one is going to be probably the, oh yeah, so play rough, just because obviously they power up punch to begin with, and they'll probably power up punch again here, maybe. Oh, so they didn't get to the power up punch, so let's see what they come out with. So I'm going to go Sky Attack here. So this can really start doing some damage, so I don't know whether they'll shield this or not. They probably, yeah, won't, which is fine, so I'm not going to shield either, so I can get straight to another one. So when they take me out, which they'll have to do with a charge move, because otherwise I'm just going to keep on really smashing down their health, because the bubble damage is just not going to do anything. So I want to keep the shield, because that's what I did wrong last time. So I don't really need to wait, but I'll jump straight in and let's see what they do here. So they'll probably throw the, yeah, so that's good for me, so I can get the charge move off before they did. I was really hoping that would be the case. So they'll probably, oh, so they've switched this one out. So what I want to do is build up to a charge move. So this will be interesting whether it's a Earthquake. I'm going to leave it. This is a Frenzy Plant. So it's still going to do a lot of damage to me. So what I'm actually going to do is throw the Power Up Punch. So they should use at least one shield here. And I'm going to have to shield next time. So they have used the shield, so that's good. So I'm going to also use my last shield here. And hopefully I can get the shield from them. So I don't know whether to, I'm just going to go for, oh, and I didn't get to it, did not get to it, so that's really bad for me, really bad. So they've managed to keep their shield. I'm really hoping they don't get to a Frenzy Plant, which they probably will. So I've just, oh, they've really timed that well, because I've thrown the wrong move here. Let's see what they do. So, and they've still managed to get to a charge move. That is just ridiculous. So had I thrown, and that's going to KO. So that's really frustrating. And they still had a shield. Absolutely ridiculous there. just some really good switching on their part and really unlucky moves on my part. So I did want to throw the Leaf Blade, but I went for the Dark Pulse instead. And had I not accidentally hit the Dark Pulse there, it would have been much better. Just because obviously the Dark Pulse does a costs, so the reason I wanted to throw Leaf Blade was it just costs less, and I could be a bit more spammy. So this is sort of okay for me. It's not the best, so this will be so obviously the flying type is, so let's see what they bring out. So that means I bring out my Skarmory Shiftry here, and we'll see what happens. So I'd really like to save some health on this Shiftry as well, because I've got the Alolan. Oh, so they've really they got too much. I've managed to get a little bit of health on, keep some health on the. So let's see what they do. So they may or may not shield here, so I don't know whether they will or not. I would assume they will shield this up, and oh no, they've said I'm not committed to 2 shields, so I should be able to get to my charge move before them. And I can't, but I am going to shield that up because I do want to well, throw my charge move, so I really shouldn't have thrown that then. I should have attacked once or twice more, because they won't shield the. Oh, they did shield. Okay, that's fine. So what have they got? So I'm going to switch out as well. Let's see what they have here. So Weather Ball should be not very effective, which it isn't, and I'm going to go straight in for the Sky Attack, which will KO if they do not shield this up. So that's worked out really well for me. So I've got some good matchups here. Oh, it didn't KO, it just did a lot of damage, so that's fine. Let's see if I can take them out. They'll probably, yeah, so they quit here. No. So they're still going for it, which is, I mean, good on their part, but this game is over. So let's see what happens. Be interesting if I can get to this move before they can KO me, and so I can KO them in time. So happy days. So that worked out really well, and lucky to be able to switch into the Altaria when they tried to Weather Ball me, because that would have absolutely wrecked me, but happy days. So that's it. 5 matches, 2 wins, so not great. One of those was very good play on the part of the opponent, so switching in at the right times and catching my charge moves. Just really frustrating that battle was, because I had that sort of, well, it would have been a very close match, but instead it was an absolute slaughter on their part. So again, still working on my switching, still trying to get a little bit better. Hopefully I can get a little bit better before I, well, Season 2 comes about and I can get the start. So Ultra League I'm a little bit better at, and then Master League is probably what I'm sort of best at, just because I guess it's a little bit higher entry bar to get into that competitively. So I managed to have a few that are all right. So this Great League is definitely my weakness. So like I said, throw some comments in. I've done a few other teams, so nothing too wild yet. And to be honest, nothing's hugely being hugely successful for me. I think I do need to learn more about how long charge moves take, so how many fast moves to get the charge move, and switching in that respect, and over farming a bit more in this league, and better use of shields really. I've been wasting a few shields, and wasting that shield in the match to take out the Altaria. It was really bad. That cost me the game. So yeah, it is what it is, but hopefully it was useful for someone. You can see the struggles that everybody goes through. But thanks very much for watching. I will see you in the next one. Bye for now.